Welcome back to Let's Play Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones. I'm BurningDogFace, and I thought I would get started this time by looking at the concept art, since I forgot to do that at the end of the last two sessions. Looks like I've unlocked everything here. That looks new. I like the way the sand is sort of, I don't know, growing out of his arm into the throne. Yeah, that's where we left off last time. I remember comparing this to the Prince of Persia reboot with Nolan North. Oh, that's good coffee. I like this, nice and dramatic. Again, he doesn't seem to visibly struggle with it that much. It's not like his hand is trying to strangle him, or he's feeling the pain from the dagger tail or anything. Seriously, when he inevitably loses the corruption of the sands, that arm is going to hurt like a motherfucker. Well, that's pretty dramatic. But whose idea was it to make him barefoot? What? Oh. I didn't see which icon I selected. I guess this is a concept art to final model thing. Kinda cool. I do like in the concept art picture how well, the scabbard for the dagger is sort of tucked into a pocket on his pants as opposed to just rattling around on his belt. I could see like they could, say the movement is more dynamic though, and make it the way it was instead. I'm trying to remember if the scars on his chest line up with the ones in this game. Some stuff from Warrior Within here. That reminds me. I went back to look at some Warrior Within footage recently, and I realized that the prince doesn't have the real tattoo on his right shoulder in that game. The one of the dragon thing coiling around his arm. Which can basically only mean that he got it at some point during the trip back with Kylina. I guess I must have stopped at a port or something, and he got drunk with some sailors. That's pretty badass, I like that. That's the pose from the front of the box, although I think they only showed him from about the thighs up. Interesting that you don't see the blades here. The ones in his left arm, I mean. However, I do kind of like the Batman scallops sticking out of his forearm. Ah, yes, and here's the second of the two thrones. Because let's face it, that's probably what it's talking about, right? The Prince and the Dark Prince. Oh, yeah. So that guy there, the dude it showed in that cutscene where he exploded out of the front of the workshop. That's totally the old man from the very beginning of Warrior Within, the one who explained how the person who opens the Sands of Time is cursed to die, the one who told him about the Island of Time. Oh yes, the Mask of the Sand Wraith. Shoddy. Fuck, I hated that boss fight. And her outfit is still fucking ridiculous. I want to say that's Sharaman. That's what the Vizier originally looked like, of course. Didn't really see him for very long in this one. Well, until he looked like that. You can't scroll between them. You have to back out to that menu every time. Right, that was one. Uh-huh. That's cool. Oh, wow, I remember those guys. I seem to remember them being kind of a pain in the ass. And I never noticed that if the chains were actually connected to their nipples. I don't know who that is. Oh, maybe I think that's the Sultan of Azad. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. The old man at the beginning of Warrior Within is obviously blind. You know, he's got grayed over eyes, and he's groping around on the pots on a shelf to figure out which one is the one he wants. But the one in the Two Thrones seemed to recognize the prince by looking at him. I mentioned this to a friend who just, sort of pointed out that in the Sands of Time, the Vizier was, dying of some coughing disease, whereas in this, he seemed to be healthy until he turned himself into a god. So I guess the prince changing history and erasing the sands of time, made minute adjustments to the timeline that resulted in different things happening. Which I guess means the old man was blinded in an accident that no longer happened. There was a lot of black under his eyes. Maybe he was burned. Oh, I did look at some of them before. That's right. Right, that's about where I left off. I want to say this is in the brothel somewhere, but I don't specifically remember this. And I will admit that I'm only saying that because of the naked woman. This is some really broody concept work. Oh yeah, detail work in the dagger tail. I think it's wicked looking, but I have no idea how you could use a weapon like that without killing yourself. Maybe it's reserved for Jedi. This one seems like the kind of painting you would have on your wall that no one would ever talk about. Like, not a conversation starter, this one. This one, people would talk about. Why does it have such a fancy handle? Why is there a button? I wonder if that's really the Tower of Babel. Still haven't unlocked any videos. I guess those only unlock when you beat the game. So let's finally get into it. Right, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Yeah, this statue is what I'm talking about. The real one. I guess it's not really a dragon, it's... Well, that's a tiger or something. Attacking a smaller tiger. And that bit there kind of looks like a bird. Although it looks like a scorpion. And I think maybe that bit right there is a scorpion. I'm sure we didn't see all of the concept art there. Because in a design like this, I'm sure there would be at least someone out there who drew a bunch of different concept arts for different ideas for the prince's tattoo. Oh, right, I was gonna skip over there, wasn't I? Well, then I forgot to do something important, so, joke's on me. I like that somehow the prince comes across as being slightly sarcastic even when he's not saying anything. Coffee. To answer your question, this is where your friend went. Dang. Must you mock me and taking so long to dissipate? Stupid long-ass QTE animation. Oh, now we've caught up anyway. Oh, I don't like that timing one little bit. Fuck. I didn't think that was going to work. Two gate guards. This is going to suck.
It's so beautiful.
I think I could make it over there, but don't know why. Oh, I see. I have to pull that section of wall out so I can bounce back and forth between it, right? How the fuck am I gonna take them both out? I mean, forget that guy.
What is he like? Your father?
He is a good man. No, a great man.
Totally a scorpion.
Strong, loyal, kind, forgiving.
What is it?
That is to say, we did not part on the best of terms. It was many years ago. I was young and full of pride, full of fear as well. He offered to listen, but I could not find the words, would not find them. And I only hope that I may see him once more, to say that I am sorry. But this is a story for another time. Let us speak of other things. Surrounded by so much sadness, we should not succumb ourselves. Returning to the matter at hand, I cannot get to you from where I am.
I can close another shutter then. Let us regroup ahead.
They really weren't kidding when they said the guys could see but not hear me, huh? They're all listening to wireless earbuds. I'm trying to remember the band who provided the song that became the theme of the Dahaka. Warrior Within was full of, guitars and metal, so it was something that you wouldn't think would fit at all, like Disturbed, I think. Not that there's anything wrong with Disturbed, I actually like quite a few of their songs. Just, it's not what I jump to for Prince of Persia. Tell you what. I looked it up on my phone, and it's not Disturbed. It's the similarly out of place Godsmack. The song I Stand Alone became the theme of the Dahaka. But they never come over here! No. Can't wall run over there. Had to use S again. Oh, maybe they do come over here. No, no, no. Turn around to face the other guy. No! Well, both of them do face away when I do that, I guess. Maybe they would be magically oblivious. I think I can do this. Vocal cords! Brain! Stomach! That's what the first one was. Hey there. Can I interest you in a set of encyclopedias and maybe not murdering me? No snap. Oh, fuck you! I took out 2 gate guards without breaking a sweat. Shank! And now I have gained the Sandstorm. What?
There is still no way for me to get to you. However, you can reach the throne room from where you stand. And I can pass through the greenhouse. This will certainly bring us to the same location.
Be careful, Prince.
Fuck, that's crazy. it looks like this. I broke a pot up there. I just realized I wasn't listening at all to that conversation because I was focusing on what the words said. Excuse me. Okay, so Farah's, heading to the throne room. Sure, I thought I could reach the one up there and claim it before it disintegrated, but I couldn't. So I'll just come back here and fill up my tanks. And, the prince is heading to the... what's it called? The greenhouse. But I couldn't help but notice that I've actually reached 20 minutes. Thanks to the, extended opening I did with the concept art. So I guess I'll call it. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Play Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones, when I spend less time looking at concept art and more time stabbing the shit out of sand monsters. Later!